covering the stories that impact your life, your town, your state, and your future. This is the Means Report with your host, Brad Means.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the Means Report. We certainly appreciate you spending part of your day with us. Today, a power-packed edition of the Means Report, if I do say so myself. We're going to take a look at the big topics in Augusta, and there are many of them. There have been many just in the past 48 hours. We record the Means Report on Thursday, so you think about the busy week that has unfolded at the municipal building. We'll cover that. We'll also take a look at the world of commercial real estate. How is it doing? What does it take to buy or lease a space as a business owner? We're going to pull back the curtain on that and talk to a gentleman who spends his entire life in that industry, and he'll be able to share his expertise with us. And of course, we'll wrap up the Means Report as we always do with ways that you can stay in touch with us. It's easy, and you can help us get great guests like our first guest. She is District 3 Commissioner in Augusta-Richmond County, Catherine Smith McKnight. Catherine, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy schedule to be with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Brad. I'm glad to be here. It's been a while. I've been wanting to be here, and I'm glad that you have me on today.
Yeah, me too. It has been too long, and I'll just start off by giving the viewers a feel for why you do what you do. You recently got reelected to your second term, which starts in January. Congratulations, number one. Number two, why did you run again? Do you just really enjoy being a commissioner?
Actually, I really do. People ask that all the time. They'll say, why do you do this? It's a thankless job. It is a thankless job, but it's also a job that I'm passionate about. It's all the time. You have phone calls, emails, you have constituents to take care of. It doesn't matter if you're out of town or you're not. You're gonna get calls, you're gonna get emails. I do enjoy, what I do enjoy most about the job is going out to constituents' properties and looking and seeing, like I'll hear about floods today.
Yeah.
And I'll go out to certain neighborhoods next week, and we'll go over drainage problems that are happening.
What's the most common complaint or concern that you get? Is it I have a pothole, or is it I have drainage issues? What's the most common?
Potholes are number one.
Yeah.
Another problem we have lately are trees. The trees, especially in District 3, we've got older trees that are coming down. It could be in the middle of the day on a pretty sunny afternoon, just like the one that went down on Walton Way last week. It just all of a sudden fell out onto Walton Way out of somebody's yard. And I will say that we will see some trees that will end up coming down or falling with this storm that we're having as of today and tomorrow.
Yeah, as we record this Thursday and you're right into Friday as the hurricane comes through, we'll see what happens. Hope everybody stays safe.
Yeah.
I just about threw half my questions out the window as of Tuesday when I watched the events unfold. I'd like to talk to you about those events, and I'm referring to the forced resignation, apparently, of some of your department heads, your interim administrator. My question to you is, why did that happen? I get that you maybe wanted a different administrator. Okay, that's life, it happens. But why force Takia Dowse, after all of her years of service, not to mention the other two, out instead of just keeping them, letting them perhaps go to a different job, Takia in her case to her old job with Central Services? Catherine, why the turmoil?
Good question, Brad. This has been something that has been discussed over time. It wasn't like it was just going to happen Tuesday. It had been discussed over the past couple of years that I've been on the commission. There's been talk about that we do need new finance director. We need directors in different departments.
Yeah, finance director, procurement director, interim administrator. Please forgive the interruption.
Yes.
Why did you think you needed a fresh start there? Were constituents coming to you and saying, hey man, it is tough to do business with the city. Please help us get new people in there?
Absolutely they were. And, procurement mainly. You have people throughout the city that want to bid jobs, and you don't have your locals doing jobs like you would like to see them do. A lot of them are hired from out of town. That's just one. What else is going on is in our finance department? Donna Williams, I'm crazy about Donna Williams, I'm crazy about Jerry Sams, and I'm crazy about Tamika Dowse. Takia Dowse, excuse me.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
I like all three of them. It's nothing personal. But in order to move this city forward, we can't, people that work for many years, and two of them have been in departments for many years, it's time to make changes, and now was the time to do it. We could have lingered around, could have waited till next year after, but two of these women have said, they've said it to me and they've said it to others, retirement's coming up soon, ready to retire. And when you hear your directors saying that they can't wait to retire, now's the time. They're getting a good severance pay. They've got, I feel surely that this was the right thing to do.
What do you have to say to somebody like Commissioner Jordan Johnson, who this past week held a news conference where he said to the effect, what has happened with the ouster of these three ladies is that the mayor has destabilized Augusta government? That's totally false. That is not true. If anything, we are fortunate to have Mayor Garnett Johnson on board. We are looking at what Mayor Johnson, what I'm seeing and what I'm going to see continuing on when we get a new group coming in as of January 1st. I see change coming in a positive light. We hear so many people in this county complaining, and you hear people complain not just in Richmond County, you hear them in other counties too, but Richmond County has lately had a stigma of no change, we're stagnated, we're not doing anything to move forward, and I see that Mayor Johnson, he is taking a leap and he is moving us forward. So he's not destabilizing or doing anything. I feel that this is something that several commissioners did not want to see happen, and it has happened. I can't tell you tomorrow what might happen, but we might have other department directors in the next several months that we might be looking at replacing. I don't know. The house cleaning may not be finished.
It is not finished.
Catherine, let me ask you this.
And I don't want to scare anybody about
No, I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure that doesn't scare them at all. Let me ask you this. Behind the scenes, and this is kind of just my attempt to shine some sort of positive light on Augusta government. I know you say good things are coming. Are there moments of peace? Are there moments when all sides in a conference room maybe get along and like each other?
Yes, during lunch.
Oh my word! No, I hear you.
When we go on, I'll say we'll go on these trips where we take courses
right.
and very educational courses. But yeah, we have a good time. We all can get along, and that, to me, that is what I want to see, is us all working together. This isn't about black, white. This is what we've got to do, is work together in order to prosper Augusta.
Yeah, and I'll just piggyback on what you said. I've had all but one commissioner on this broadcast, and every single one of y'all is a nice person, good human beings, and a pleasure to interact with, just as we are today. Did your dad, God rest him, Grady Smith, legendary local leader, commissioner, you're following in his footsteps. Did he give you any guidance or advice to help you navigate tough times like this?
I will say, Brad, that I went over there a good bit to visit him, but when I would go over, there were times that he would come home. He was good about being able to walk out of that parking lot. Well, got to where he was in a wheelchair towards the end.
Yeah.
But he would walk out of that parking lot, and just like I try to do, we leave it there at as much as we can.
Yeah.
Unlike Tuesday was a little different, but we leave it, we go on, and we have to work together and know that this is not personal. We're going to work together. We got to meet with each other next week. Dad had to meet with everyone the following week or the next Tuesday and get business going as usual, city business. You have to work with your colleagues, and if some taking it more personal than others, well, then you got to have some thick skin in this game here.
Is it a challenge for you to try to tend to the needs of District 3, the voters who put you in office, while also having that citywide mindset and try to improve Augusta as a whole? Is it difficult to balance those two?
Actually, it's not. Actually, I will get calls from other constituents. Well, I get calls from other district community citizens who will reach out, and I'm just as happy to work with them as I am with District 3. I feel like that when I got elected, my voters are in District 3. I put them, they come first, but I also put Augusta first.
Yeah.
And what's going on around Augusta and other districts can affect District 3.
Sure.
So you have to work with all with everybody.
Let me take the remaining time we have. And again, I'm looking at my notes here. I probably didn't get to about 10 questions. So I need you to come back. What happened Tuesday was big and warranted the time we spent on it. But let me not let you get out of here before I ask you about your name, Catherine Smith McKnight. And we talked about the Grady Smith origin of the Smith part. You recently celebrated your 1-year anniversary with your husband. Can you talk to me about potentially a name change on the horizon? What should we know?
In fact, I have talked to Director in Human Resources. I had talked to Ms. Rooker the other day about the process and coming to her office. Yeah, I did keep my name as McKnight, Commissioner McKnight, especially when I was running for re-election. I was afraid that there would be people that would be like, okay, who is Catherine Rice?
Right.
And I have a fabulous husband, and he's so patient, and he was like, you keep your name. You keep your name, Catherine McKnight, and you get through this election, win or lose. And I did. I kept it on the ballot because you never know. It could be Catherine Smith Rice or Catherine Smith McKnight Rice.
Right.
But he did. He was supportive of that. Yes, the name change is coming. I'm starting a new year in January, or a new term in January. And so when I start that term in January, early January, I will be Catherine Smith Rice.
Catherine Smith Rice, and congratulations to you and to Will on 1 year going strong. And I appreciate your candor and talking about that personal issue with us. And yeah, we're out of time, and it flew. I knew it
sure
would.
Did. I want to come back. When can you have me to come? I've got other questions I want to
have
you ask me.
Okay, so you will come back.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, and if y'all do anything,
Absolutely.
as intense as what you did last Tuesday, come right back and talk about that.
Oh, it's not over, Brad. There's
word.
always something going on, as you know.
Catherine, appreciate you so much. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
your service, and
Yes.
thanks for being here.
Yes, thank you too.
Absolutely. When we come back, we're going to talk about the world of commercial real estate. Dennis Trotter from Jordan Trotter Commercial Real Estate, our special guest on the Means Report.